Hey guys, welcome back to WiseKracks. Bill Krackomberger, Jon Orlando, over here at the fabulous World Series of Poker. Look at this setup. They did such a great job. I started talking just now to Jon, saying my stance has kind of changed about the World Series. You know, I'm a math guy, so I'm always trying to get the best of it. Having multiple outs, betting sports, it's a 4.5% edge. Betting, your Broncos versus whoever, San Diego. 4.5% edge. However, if you have multiple outs, that edge will go down because you can get different lines. If you have reduced juice, that percentage goes down. So I like to have a little bit of an edge against me. I like to have no edge against me at the start, and then, of course, by the time I'm done with it, I have the edge on them. That's what I try to do on most of my bets. Betting early in the week, getting the best of it, getting information, betting steam. I don't mean to bet steam. We cause the steam.
Yeah.
So that's the excuse the bookmakers give and the people when they throw you out. You're betting steam. We're the ones betting it everywhere. It's not like we're following somebody else. I will follow once in a while, of course, if I get a text or something, but for the most part, we're doing that. So, Jon, going back to what my percentages were, talking about percentages. So, at first, when I heard the World Series charging those low-limit tournaments, 21%, of course I say, God, it's so terrible compared to the way Benny Binion used to do it years ago. And, of course, he had 0% in the big events. They had 4.9%, I believe, in their big event, the $10,000 no limit here. More reasonable. Still, $500 a person times, I don't know, how many people are in the main event, Jon?
Almost 10,000.
10,000. Yeah. So they're making $5 million profit in one tournament.
Yeah.
Talking about that and talking about the percentages, after being here for the first time in probably last year, I was here for the one event.
And you were in and out.
In and out. I mean, I did cash, but all I did was play.
Right.
So being here and being around the entire time and seeing the money they have to put into this event.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how much the size of the staffs, the big, not only that, all the dealers they have to pay. I say the dealers they have to pay. It's the rake that they're,
sure.
They're going to take it out of their percentage because there's a lot of people that just don't tip, or there's a lot of Europeans that are used to not tipping. It's not in their culture.
Right.
Now, I would think it's the same way for poker. At the restaurants and stuff, they don't tip. So I kind of understand more now, especially the value of the lower limit tournaments, what the big rake has. Sometimes the value is people just want to say they played at the World Series. I played a couple events. Take a photo of me. I'm playing at the World Series event. I could play at a table where I'm playing next to, Jamie Gold or Chris Moneymaker or, some of the names in there, Helmuth, anyone. Some of these guys play in the player of the year twice. I forget his name.
Sean Deeb.
He was playing in a $600 event the other night.
100%.
So you're playing with one of the, am I right to say this? One of the best players in the world?
For sure.
One of
And
the best.
Daniel does it too. Daniel hopped in an $800 event.
Yeah. So I have definitely taken a step back. Probably still don't see 21%, but I do understand why they have more percentage, higher percentage. They're bringing all these people together, like you said.
Yeah.
Bringing people from all over the world together. What other stage brings people from all over the world to play poker in one place? I don't think the other events that they have on cruise ships in different countries, nothing like this.
No way.
Am I right?
No, not even WPT, and that's not even a knock on WPT.
Yeah.
It's just nothing is like this. This
helps
specific
the
event.
WPT.
100%.
This helps the WPT for sure.
What about the app? Now you get a chance to really use the app this time. I think last year
they put a lot of money into the app.
Right?
Yes.
And when you get the table change,
it's unbelievable. There's no one drawing things and pick a seat, guys. They used to throw these things on the table when I played. Pick a seat and a table, and you'd go to that table.
The other day,
electronically.
Because the main event was going on, the day after I busted, I wanted to just jump in the daily deep stack, right? So because of the main, they need all the tables they can get. So there's limited tables now for the daily deep stack event. So that means now there's a wait. If you go in late or if you bust and you want to go back in, there's a wait. Traditionally, over the years, before this app existed, you would have to stand in line to re-enter that tournament.
Okay.
And like you're at Disneyland,
Yeah.
just inch by inch by
Yeah,
inch
yeah,
by
yeah.
inch, and go all the way around a room. It's insane. Now it just shows you there's 87 people in front of you. There's 140 in the queue, and there's 87 in front of you, and it just ticks down. And then when it gets down to like 20, it says, "Hey, your time is approaching. Head over to the event center or head over to Paris." That is what's that worth?
They did a great
Yeah.
job here. They really did. I met some of the executives, some of the guys that were fans of the show.
Yeah, Arieh, yep.
Very
and
nice
Victor,
guys. There was
yep.
two of the guys.
Yep, Arieh and Victor.
Very nice guys.
Yep.
And I appreciate them not even coming after me for me going after the World Series and talking about it like professionals.
Yeah.
And you know, I never want to give no one a bad look. I'm a math guy. I'm a guy.
Sure.
I'm a little bit of a nit too. As you could see, I lasted to 6 more hours in day 2.
No, you did great,
18
man.
hours.
I'm jealous. You did great.
It's harder on as you get older too.
Yeah.
Don't forget now. I think I was 37 the last time I played this.
Sure.
So it was.
And way less people then.
Yeah.
Half.
Yes.
Probably
Only
half. Yeah.
About half.
So what was it like for you? You get through day 1. Day 2, you were a little not short stack, but compared
No, I was short stack.
you were
I had
short
half
stack.
Yeah, I had.
You grinded, and then they break your table.
Right.
You get a fresh start with a new table, and you sit down, and you look right across from you, and there's Josh Arieh.
Yeah. Josh is, and it's funny. I have talked back and forth to Josh on Twitter. We both follow each other, DMs going back for a decade.
Wow.
And to finally actually meet him, I had no idea he lived in Vegas. I thought he lived in Atlanta. And I know we have mutual friends. So to actually meet him and talk to him, we exchanged phone numbers. And like I said, he lives here now. So, and he said he loves the town. So, and he loves what he's doing. And Josh, I had to tell him something. I said, Josh, you don't know this probably because you didn't know me at the time. And I didn't know you at the time. You were unknown too. I played in the World Series when you won $2.5 million. He won.
Yep.
I'm at the table with him, and he was very aggressive. Table captain.
Back then, okay.
Table captain. I remember him because I had pocket aces. He had pocket 9s, and he flopped a 9, and I had more chips in it than him at the time, and it just so happens that we were both all in, and that's the table. If I would have spiked the 9 on the Turner River, which is, of course, didn't happen, he would have not won the $2.5 million. That's unbelievable. Just think about that.
If you would have spiked the ace.
I'm sorry. If I would have spiked, I said it wrong. If I would have spiked the ace on the Turner River, he's out of that.
He's out.
Josh Arieh is probably still living in Atlanta. Sorry, Josh. Yeah. But no,
Isn't that a crazy part
he's a
of this
great
game?
player.
Oh, great player.
How about like to come back 15 years later and win maybe, what do you win? The Player of the Year.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
And still, this series, he's been crushing it. I don't know how many final tables he has this series, but it's insane.
It's a great poker. And I said, Josh, so you play every night at Arieh or no? Where do you play it? I don't play at all. Wait a minute. What do you mean you don't play at all? He doesn't play poker anymore. He plays golf. He'll play once in a while.
Yeah.
But I found that pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I was surprised that he doesn't play when the big events are in town, the big tournaments. I would think he'd be, better than an average stat. I thought he'd have an edge.
And and how do you just jump back in here?
Yeah.
And perform like that is incredible.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. So, now something that I was told by multiple people. I was told that you went out on a hand that you could have got away from the hand. But I don't know the percentage of chips, though. We didn't know. The guy didn't know that told me it.
Yeah.
How much chips did you have?
40, I think 42K.
No, you didn't.
I had
And you bet 1,700?
Bill, at
Oh, no. I thought you had maybe like 10 grand or something.
At the dinner break, I had like 11.3 or 11.8.
Okay.
Something like that. I think
we went to the night we went to dinner, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
I come back, and I lose some. I get in a pot. I lose. I flop top pair. I think I had king 7. Flop a king, and the guy to my left wants to put me all in on the river, and I just felt like my kicker wasn't strong enough. I think I was in the big blind, so I have a 5K chip left. The old me, a year ago, would have just thrown the chip in, and I got top pair, and if you like Will Kassouf says, if you got it, you got it, But I folded.
Okay.
I folded with
Wow.
leaving me a 5K chip because I thought maybe there's a better spot where I might be able to quadruple up.
Since when do you think like that? We got to get you a check.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I end up grinding that 5K chip up to 42K.
Unbelievable.
In minutes.
Right.
I got really lucky. The very next hand or hand after that, I get pocket fours. I flop a set of fours. So I get that, gets me, I literally quadruple up. I think it gets me to 20.
Okay.
And then I make a absolute hero call. I don't, do you remember what I had? I had the 3. What was the other? King 3. I have King 3 and
King 3 suited?
yeah, and
Now, how do you even play with that hand?
because I think I was in the big blind again.
Okay, and,
So-
and everyone checked to you?
I honestly don't remember.
Okay.
I'm a little shell shocked from it. But the guy to my right
Okay.
ends up. I felt like he was on a flush draw. I river a 3. He makes a big bet, and I'm like, in my head, I know he missed a flush. So I rivered bottom pair.
Wow.
I make a hero call for the whatever his bet was, 21K or whatever.
That's a sick call because he could have just, even though he missed the flush, he could have matched the other 2 cards on the board with the overcards.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I knew I was good, and I was right. I was good. That got me to 42K.
Got up to 40.
And then you know that what I had now, because I
Under
almost,
the gun, yeah.
I almost wanted to tell the story differently. So,
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So play along with me for a minute.
All right.
If I said to you, Bill, I'm under the gun. The blinds are 300, 500. I'm under the gun. I'm not going to tell you what I have yet. I'm under the gun, and I raise 1,500. One guy folds. Next guy, chip leader at the table, who's been a bully all day.
Right.
Remember, I've been at this table 4 hours.
Right. You can't respect his raise.
He makes it 4,700.
Yeah, you can't respect his raise.
Okay, he makes it 4,700. Fold. Back to the guy on my right, who I've tilted by calling with bottom pair with the 3 2 minutes ago. Okay? He ships all in 12K. I come over the top, all in 42K. He calls. What would you think I have the way I just said that? I know you know what I had, but
Yeah.
if I didn't tell you what I had and I played that out, wouldn't you go
Aces or kings?
aces or kings?
Yeah.
So
Matter of fact, you have to have aces.
you
there.
have to have aces
You
there.
got 2 guys. This guy went all in.
I'm
This guy
under the gun.
4,700.
I'm the original raiser
Yeah.
under the gun. He makes it 47. He
Yeah.
ships in all in for 12K on tilt. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking on tilt. And I come over the top, 42K. You would think I have aces. Well, this guy on my left had kings. He had queens and I had jacks. But I told the story to Daniel Negreanu and I told the story to Jeff Madsen by opening the story by going,
They couldn't
I
have-
have pocket jacks under the gun. And I think that was a mistake
They
because
couldn't have agreed, both of them.
no, Daniel nailed me to the cross, and so did Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
And so did my friend Brad Harris, and so did the internet. And I get it, but all I'm saying is
There was more moving parts
I
to the
feel like
hand.
there's more context, and maybe ultimately I'm
But you
still.
could have got away for 1,500. My God.
I guess what I could have done was just called the 12. He's probably going to ship all in at that point.
The king on the flop?
King on the turn. So I probably could have got away from the turn, or he's going to ship. If I call this guy on the right's 12 all in, he's probably going to follow it up with an all in. He's
You're
not going
going
to just
broke
call.
there no matter what.
No matter what, I'm going broke. And by the way, even if I had aces, I'm going broke because he turned the king.
But you
I
didn't
know
have
you
aces.
can't do it. I get it. I get it. But my point is, I feel I don't. You know, it kind of haunted me that for 48 hours of like, Dad, did I really like? And I get what Jeff is saying, and I get what Daniel's saying, but I feel like there was more context involved. Remember, I've been playing with this guy all day. I've watched him bully people coming over the top. He's got a Triton hat, so I know he plays big events, and he's bullying. And I'm seeing him re-raise people all day long with ace-10 suited, ace-king off, ace-queen off. So I'm thinking, okay, he's got ace-king off. You know, when he makes it 4,700, I'm not putting him on kings or aces.
Okay.
I'm thinking he's just bullying the 2 smaller stacks. No? I don't know.
Well, it's going to be, you know, you're going to think about it now, and it's going to haunt you. You just got to learn from it.
Yeah.
You got to learn from it, you know. And you know, you got such sharp guys around you that are poker players, that are winning poker players, and guys that even that they know now you're in the space. You made a big name for yourself on the vlog this year.
Yeah.
That's on Action Junkies YouTube site, by the way, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
So, yeah, you made a good spot for yourself there. So I would suggest maybe asking some of the better guys, what do you think you should, or, you know, and you got guys like Alex Foxen that are, is that his name, Alex Foxen?
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex Foxen, yeah.
That is willing to maybe sit down and show you some other things off of his book. I think it's a great idea. It's hard to do it, though, when you have, you know, a personality that, you know, you're playing, you're filming, but if you think about it, if you just up your game there with these guys.
Yeah,
now
I
you
would
have
love
Daniel
to.
And the other, you know, these guys teach lessons.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they can do it for free for you, of course, you know.
Yeah.
But
I really do love it. I mean, I know I love it. You
Yeah.
know, it's a blast.
Yeah.
But you had fun playing too, didn't you? This time, like, did you kind of miss?
I've been around the World Series because of the show for the last few weeks, so
Right.
I actually enjoyed being here. Enjoyed.
And the people love you. They get so excited. They see you in the hall.
Big fan base here.
Yeah.
The World Series, and they were real nice people too. Everyone's so nice.
What was it like when you had ESPN? I saw the ESPN cameras came over when Josh. Did you get into any hands against Josh?
Yes.
You did?
No, not versus him.
No.
Matter of fact, both times I got into a hand with him, I raised. He was the big blind. I had big hands, and he folded both times. But we had some good conversations about sports betting on camera, which I there was a boom. They call that a boom.
Yeah, the mic.
boom was on top of us.
Yeah.
And I probably didn't even realize it. But Josh just talked about the state of the industry, how bad the bookmakers are. It's the exact opposite now than when it used to be. It used to be the players didn't pay if you were a bookmaker and betting on credit. It's the opposite now.
Right.
There's so many bookmakers out there that are using these PPH sites in far-off lands and telling people they're a bookmaker and giving you an account, and they're using so many different excuses. You're betting Steam, you're betting with a different IP address, you're betting someone else's games. There's so much. You're betting with a bot if you're not betting. People say you bet with a bot if the line moves. So if I am clicking on 4 or 5 different sites by hand, the line's going to move everywhere. Automatically they say, yeah, he's betting with a bot. The line moved. I'm the one betting everywhere. You know, if I could bet right now 2 spots here in Las Vegas, 2 spots, I could bet literally a couple thousand each. The entire market will move based on that.
I've seen you do it. I've seen
entire
you do
market.
it. You've showed me
so
the
I
app.
can literally manipulate the whole entire market if I want. That's how much respect they give me, and it's kind of frustrating. So Josh has went through these things too. We both don't even play with these PPH sites no more. One, it's every poker table has a bookmaker, or they think they're a bookmaker. And they don't know nothing about bookmaking. They don't know anything about it. They just pay a site $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 a head per week to write the business, and they get their figures at the end of the week. Well, what happens after a week? They lose after 4 or 5 days. They say, "What happened here?" And they call the site, and the site say, he's getting the best of the line. He's using a bot." They don't even know. They're just saying that. Now, I'm not granted. They do have software that could detect that, but. If anyone wins, they just think you're doing something illegal, wrong. I've been told already when I make a bet, you have cheated my system. So what's that mean? You've cheated my system. You broke into you hacked my system, and you're putting all winners in there. I mean, some of those excuses that they're giving now is so bad. So Josh and I have a big history with that. We talked back and forth about that, and it's the reason why it's so tough in the sports betting space today to make money. There was a couple of years I was traveling back and forth to New Jersey and going back. I was doing my portion of the show from my friend Craig's house who died, his apartment. I was in Atlantic City because it was great in the beginning when it first opened up. There was great bonuses, there was great sports books, and if you're betting on an app, they don't want you. They don't want you if you know what you're doing. Now, if you have a pulse, you could just run lucky. I know so many squares that have been thrown off apps and thrown out of sports books for winning like a tennis future, and someone in risk says, "Oh, this guy's winning, we get him out of here." They don't look at the big picture. The guy blows 4 times that amount during the NFL season. So they don't even look at the big picture. They just say, he's not going to be winning on my shift. There are so many traders that wish they can be in our shoes. And I say, meaning advantage sports bettors, guys that have edge, guys that have information, guys that are reading socials, guys that are following, the different teams and their beat reporters. It's a lot of work. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. Keep your little cushy $60,000, $70,000 a year job. You have a nice job, nice future, benefits. I wouldn't want to do this. I wouldn't want to do what I do. Deal with the people I have to deal with. It's literally, you have to keep money afloat, keep money floating around, betting on futures because you have a 5, 6, 8% edge, tying up money. But it's mostly dealing with the people I have to deal with. It's really made me so cold that I come here and I told Fezzik yesterday, I go to the shows and I put the clown makeup on. And my relationships are just transactional relationships. I hate to say it. It's hard to have friends in this business. I have lost friends that I thought were best friends of mine for 20 and 30 years.
Wow.
And I have lost them over stupid little amounts of money. Like, so dumb. And, some even like over like 20, 30 grand. But honestly, it's so dumb. What I found over the years, I've had people that I have been partners with and made money. I get to go back 10, 15 years ago. We made so much money together, but yet what happens is they'll jump over a $100 bill to steal $1. That's this gambling business. Gambling business will make you do a lot of things you don't want to do, and including stealing from your friends. So it's John, I bet you don't know this. I have more money owed to me over the last 30 years easily than I have. Easily.
Wait.
Yes. Yes. Easily. It's not even close.
Like then you have liquid right now, you're saying?
I have oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Even if I count up a couple things that I have, but like I always say, we never tell our wives anything. Like my wife doesn't know that. She would have no idea. But because if you tell your wife stuff like that, they get so upset,
right.
And now you put all that burden on them. And wait a minute, you have to get that money. They don't understand the moving parts. If I didn't take the first chance I did back in the 90s and trust people, trust bookmakers, trust websites, trust partners, I would still be working 2 jobs, which I was doing, by the way, and once in a while going down and counting cards on the weekends. That was my only edge back then. Grinding out little small games and playing. I used to play a lot of poker in the 90s. And I would be doing that. I wouldn't have gotten to where I got today with our show here. I'm so blessed to do a nationwide show on Fox Sports Radio, podcast, and other shows throughout the week. Really, really lucky. The VSiN downtown, so blessed. But if I stopped at the first time I got stiffed and said, I'm not doing this business, I wouldn't have what I have today.
Yeah, sure.
So, but it shocks people when you look at the number. I'm pretty soft and gullible. I am trustworthy. I think everyone has. I trust everyone. I'm too trusting.
But I think it's better to be that way.
I'm too trusting of people that want to, So I don't do it no more, man. I don't want no PPH accounts. I don't want to bet with them.
Yeah.
Bookmakers are no good, man. They don't pay. They find reasons not to pay.
Yeah.
If someone wins, they just think you must, consistently, or over. Like I said, they throw so many squares out. So
is that also because more people have an edge now because there's so much more information out there?
I would say the opposite.
Really?
I would say more people don't have an edge now.
Okay.
Why? Because all these sites that came to the country after PAPS was repealed 8 years ago, they have such wider margins. I'm a baseball bettor, so I'm used to betting 10-cent lines my whole life with people back home when I was there decades ago. Up until when I moved to Las Vegas, I had, a dozen places with 10-cent lines. Now, what that means for people that don't know, if you're laying $1.50 in a baseball game, the comeback on the underdog is supposed to be $1.40, minus 150, which means you're laying $150 to win 100. If you're betting the underdog, you're betting 100 to win 140. I was used to that. That's all it was here. Then all of a sudden, it started going to a little bit of a wider line. But we still had 10-cent shops here. Then PAPS was repealed. You had all these new sites coming to the country. Now they were conditioning the new players that never played before to minus 150 come back 120. Not even 130.
Yeah.
120. The money lines on football. Money line on a football game, same thing. You know, you're laying $1.60, you're taking back $1.40. A little bit wider there. That doesn't exist in the world today, where there's minus 160s coming back $1.30.
Yeah.
Or some places $1.25. These are giant name sports books too. So, and these kids don't know. When I say kids, I'm gonna say under 30 crowd. They don't know. They're just used to doing it. They only became legal for them, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. So they just lay it, laughing and saying, they don't realize how much the price gouging, how bad it's gotten, and also how predatory the sports books have been with some of their ads and some of their articles and billboards, and they make it look glamorous. Now you have not only sportsbook companies, you have these other companies also that glorify gambling, and they're parlays only. All you can bet's a parlay. And you're talking double-digit house edge. People got no chance. I know everyone loves to bet parlays. I understand. You have a grain of sand, you're taken to the beach, and you're coming home. You're leaving with the beach. I get it. I get the allure of it. I see the stuff on socials. Kids love to do it. And they say, oh my God, look at this. I bet $20. I won, 200,000 or 100,000. Well, what does everyone say? Man, I really need that money. People are looking to make scores. They're looking to make scores. So I get the reason why, of the allure of it. And when you're putting yourself on, TikTok and Instagram, I don't handle them. My right-hand guy handles them. You're only showing your best life. And a lot of it's a bullshit life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're showing these fancy things, and it's not even real. What's your regular 9 to 5? How about this? I'll even use the World Series. All these people here that are gambling, if you had to eliminate gamblers that had debt, put locks on the doors, because they're the ones in the casinos gambling on anything. Poker, craps, blackjack, video poker, game. Put a lock on the door, you'll be out of business. That goes for high rollers too.
Yeah.
That goes for high limit too.
Yeah.
It's really bad. Like I said, it's predatory too. They make it look so glamorous and it's not as easy and not what people think. I don't recommend. How about this? This is going to sound sick. I don't recommend it for anyone. You want to do it? You do it as a hobby, part time. You see if you can build some kind of a model or something. Or let me be blunt too, a shameless plug, you follow someone like myself during NFL season for player props, preseason stuff. We have mathematical edges. The sports books, they're not going to like you. I've had more people that follow me over at Wager Talk and tell me, I can't believe it. I'm so happy. They're happy. I got thrown on my first sports book in 40 years. They're like, I can't believe it. Oh my God. But that does happen. And
if you had a son, and he said,
zero chance.
Really?
No way. I don't want him getting into sports betting. No way.
Even with you taking him under his wing?
No.
You'd say no, don't do it.
No, because you need those PPH accounts when you need the places years ago was like Pinnacle, Grande, Olympic. You need all these sites. There was 25 offshore sites in the 90s when I started.
Because you would need to be able to get down the money.
You need them that take the sharp bets and move the lines. But now you have PPHs running the business, running the industry. You can't do it. And the places here, there's only a couple places that take my bets here. Circa's one of them. But Circa is going to overmove the line. So everyone's going to look at their screen. There's different odds screens. So they're going to look on their odds logic screen. Odds logic is part of we get the odds logic screens. So I look. If I bet something on Circa, immediately odds logic moves because they move the line. Other bookmakers tell their risk managers, when Circa moves, you move. When Pinnacle moves, you move. So that's the two. Pinnacle's not even legal in the States anymore. So when Circa moves, you move. If Circa moves on, so I can't bet Circa first because I'm not going to be able to get down to some of the other sports books. Now, Westgate, next week, our old home court, Westgate closes next week, and Caesars takes over their sports book. So there's another sports book they've taken away from me. Right now, I'm not allowed to bet at Caesars, unfortunately. I won a bet that was public, that was on the internet, and they threw me out. They were just sick and tired of getting beat up. So,
but maybe that's fixable now with
maybe
Tillman? maybe?
Maybe. If I seen Tillman, I would say. I mean, Tillman knows me.
Yeah.
I was on his plane years ago.
Right.
He flew a bunch of us down from the Golden Nugget. He was very nice
I would
to
think
us.
you can get this fixed.
I don't know if it's still the same management at Caesars too. So he kept all the same management there. But I think the management at the sportsbook just doesn't know. They just don't realize that. I'd actually be good for their sportsbook too. I'd actually be good for their sportsbook. Yeah. So I'm allowed to play. I'm just limited to $10, or I can go to the counter.
Literally $10.
Yeah, $10, $20.
At the counter?
No, I don't
On
think
the
so.
app.
I don't think the counter, but I don't know. I'd have to find out.
So that would be literally right here too, because this is
Yeah.
See, like if you went, there's a little
There's a
sportsbook right,
sportsbook
like
here.
a satellite.
If I gave
sportsbook.
my player card, I would find out right away.
If you tried to bet like $1,000 on a game,
It would be if it goes for approval. Yeah, but I think the counter's okay. But it's just that
it's the app.
It's the app.
But the app is almost more important than the counter.
These companies want you betting on the apps.
Right.
These companies, they don't want you betting in person. They don't want you going undercover at the counter betting. They want you betting they don't want you betting on the kiosk because you could circumvent limits there. They want you betting on the apps. They want to control who's betting, and they'll let you bet literally tons of money. Of course, if you are Joe Public, Jon Orlando, but if you're so I know I've gotten a little bit taken a lot of the time here.
No,
I'm
this
sorry.
was great.
No, just talking about some different things. Now, John, I've been wanting to talk about this for, let's see when it was. It's got to be close to a month. No, okay, so it's been 3 weeks. So about 2.5 weeks ago, I think I talked to you about this a little bit. So the police say they thwarted, am I saying the right word? Thwarted?
Yeah.
Thwarted mass shooting in a Las Vegas casino garage.
Yeah.
We talked about this a little bit.
We did, but at the time you didn't know which hotel it was. Do you know now or no?
Now, I'm not going to throw in a hotel. This can happen at any hotel.
Right.
It's not fair to throw in a hotel. This could be in any one of these parking garages. They're not manned for arsenals of guns. The would-be Vegas mass shooter guns were licensed to this person's wife. More than 22 firearms recovered from the stolen car driveway of a Henderson casino. This belonged to the spouse. She's a licensed gun dealer, and the vehicles were packed for her to transport out of state. But this person made terroristic threats of a mass shooting before, and that's why they don't believe him. The guy faces 35 counts of felony weapon charges. I would think it'd be worse than that, because they literally stormed this parking garage, and I think that they had like a standoff in the garage. I'm reading it from the article.
Wow.
It was a standoff in the garage. So thank God. What we don't want is nothing happening like it did before here in town.
Terrible.
And I want to tell you something. I'm not trying to say anything bad, but I have to be honest, like I always am. I don't think much has changed. You give $20 to a guy, check in the front door. I think he's bringing whatever. Are they scanning bags?
No, but I don't think they can. I mean, like, just think that you have so many people checking in these hotels. What do you like? Think of my dad, right? When my dad would go on the road, and you got guitar player, bass player. They have big cases. They all look the same. Like, you can't just start stopping people just checking in.
So then nothing maybe
I don't know
has
what
changed.
you do. I mean, the only way to shut it down would be it's like going to the airport. I mean, I
You
guess.
know, and people that are watching us here, we don't have this in Las Vegas, but a lot of times in your local casinos, I have seen metal detectors.
Yeah, when we went.
Yeah, California had metal detectors when we went, and I think Detroit. I was in Detroit. Right? Is there a metal detector? There was metal detectors.
Yeah.
And you want to know something? Now that I think about it, might have been the third place I went to, in the third state that had metal detectors. So it didn't bother me so much, but it did make me feel like, wow, they need metal detectors. We were in California. They need metal detectors here?
Right.
Like, wow.
I mean, maybe that is the solution. I mean,
But yet I walked in with my phone and keys and nothing goes off.
Right.
They
must be able to tweak it or tune it or something, right? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I went to a casino recently, and I walked in, and they made me take my baseball hat off. I had a baseball hat. It just so happens I had a baseball hat. I never had baseball hats.
Never.
Just so happens I had a baseball hat. Why did I have that? Oh, I think someone gave me a baseball hat with their logo on it, so I told them I wear it that day. I walked in, and they said, you need to take your hat off. I said, why? I'll do it, but yeah, why? He said facial recognition system. Okay. So some places do have, they have great facial recognition here in town. But so I find that, kind of interesting. But yeah, I thought that was, that's an amazing story that something almost happened here again, which would have been terrible. Now, we had Jeff Nadeau on last week.
Yep.
And look at this, the second one. This is the second one right now. I just got it, didn't even look yet. Jeff Nadeau Pata, unbelievable with thumbs up. This is the second person that has texted me.
Really?
Now on the socials, people have said, wow, what an interview. But my friend from Scranton also said, great job on the interview. Just listen to Jeff Nadeau podcast. What a home run that was. My friend in Scranton said that. Boy, I would like to talk to him. Okay. Anyway, and now tons of them on social media too. So one thing Jeff talked about, and I put a tweet up about it, he said, every private game that you're going into, home game, if it's a higher level poker game, if there's cameras on the table, there's probably cheating going on. That's going to be a viral clip.
Yeah.
But if you're playing at a higher level game, if there's a this is referring to the New York games that all this stuff happened.
Yeah.
I mean, they took a shuffling machine and rigged the shuffling machine shuffling.
That's so
just
crazy.
think about that. I probably didn't think you could even do that. So anyway, there's a magician here, magician casino scammer, Sean Mystery, that's his name, Mistery, extradited to Nevada. Authorities allege Sean Benoit, that's his name, distracted roulette dealers with conversation before disputing chip placements after winning numbers were revealed. Investigators also say he changed appearances between casino visits and used accomplices to pressure dealers, dealer disputes during wagers. Already serving a 10-year Iowa prison sentence, he's accused of cheating and fraud offenses across multiple states. But he's a magician. So he also, not only roulette, he's added to the state's notorious black book here, a list of individuals blackballed from all the casinos. But there's a lot of tricks that they think he may have been doing at card games, at tables, and with disappearance acts on tables. So this is interesting. They actually caught him here in Vegas. I mean, I said it on a show last week. I have seen I'm a card mechanic. Tell me what he was doing. He told me what he was doing right in front of me, and I couldn't spot it.
Really?
That's scary.
You couldn't spot it.
Yeah, I couldn't spot it. You couldn't. That's how good some of these
like
card
bringing
mechanics.
an ace out kind of deal. Like,
yeah. I watched him deal from seconds so fast. I couldn't believe he told me what he was doing. He's right in front of me dealing seconds, dealing the second card. The first card's never being top. Like he's dealing the second card out. He's dealing top card. Just dealing from the bottom of the deck, second card. It's unbelievable. So
I played
this just opened my eyes. Didn't you play in a game in California? You said you were cheated.
Well, I know I'm sound naive, but I
you
didn't
were younger
realize.
Too.
Yeah, this was like 15 years ago. I didn't realize I was getting cheated at the time, but I flopped a straight flush.
Right.
And I lost to a River Royal.
I mean, it could happen, but the percentages are minute.
Right.
Yeah. And now, did you feel you seen anything else shady during? But you didn't probably realize it though.
Another guy flopped a set of aces in that same hand.
In the same hand?
In the same.
Oh,
hand.
you were cheated. Oh, you were cheated.
Yeah.
The Royal Flush guy cheated you.
Crazy,
with the house.
right?
Oh yeah, you were cheated.
And it was my first time playing in that game.
Oh yeah, you were cheated. No, you were definitely cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you were.
Yeah.
Hate to say it. Speaking of the Nevada Black Book, the most notorious inductees. I'm going to have a link sent here because this is an interesting article. It's from casino.org. Corey Leviton, great writer that works for casino.org. He wrote this article about the top 10 people. And the reason why it came up, too, current list contain around 3 dozen names. They're mostly modern-day cheats, scammers, whose names, other than Matt Boyer, the illegal bookmaker who nearly brought down Las Vegas Strip, most people wouldn't recognize a lot of the names, but Matt was added to this, too. But some of these names that are added to this, they got nicknames. John the Bat Battaglia, Joseph Wild Cowboy Sika.
And but how long have these guys been on this list? Like it goes
1960,
way back.
both of them.
Right.
Tom Dragnon, 1960. Murray the Camel Humphreys, I know that name, 1960s. Marshall Cafano, 1960. These are all 60s.
I mean, Matt needs a nickname if he's going to be in there. Can we at least get Matt a nickname?
Yeah. He needs. You're right. He
needs a nickname. Let's be fair.
Matt Otani Boyer. Yeah. Nicholas Savello, 1960. Now some of the ones that I actually heard of a couple of them, though, that I just mentioned. Frank Collada, who passed away a couple of years ago. He was a member of Anthony Spilatro's gang, his right-hand man, the Hole in the Wall gang. I didn't even know he was in there, but it makes sense. Frank used to give mob tours around the city. He had a good podcast. Sam Giancana, back in 1960 also. I should have mentioned him. Sam was a very powerful guy out here. And then he had a partnership in Cal Nevo, I think with Frank Sinatra up by the border in California. But next guy, Frank Lefty Rosenthal. I didn't know Frank, that's, if you guys seen Casino, the Ace Rothstein character was based on Frank Rosenthal. I didn't know Frank was in the Black Book. I had no idea. So Frank Lefty Rosenthal, of course, Tony the Ant Spilatro, who wind up being murdered, and they found him in an Iowa cornfield. They say he was beaten alive. Him and his brother were beaten to death. The actual real story of that was beaten somewhere else and taken to the cornfield and buried. But for TV, for movies, they made it look like it was the cornfield. That was a drastic scene. What a scene.
Unreal.
Yeah, what a scene. So
one of the top 3 movies.
That's another article I seen there, and I thought it was pretty cool. You guys can read over on casino.org in the news section there. Now, this is still on the same subject. I seen an article, freshly sprung illegal bookmaker Matt Boyer regrets only some choices. But interesting, he gave an interview, and like I said, we could have had that. We could have another interview with him, of course. But he's also, Boyer reflected on his decades-long illegal career and his prison time, and on being nominated to Nevada's famous Black Book of persons excluded from ever entering a casino. So, Boyer's real thing there was the casinos were fined so much money too. The casinos were, it's an unprecedented fine. They were fined a fallout of about $27 million in casino compliance fines for the Know Your Customer law, which, by the way, that is a lot. It's so strong today. I told you guys, I had a buddy of mine put money in a slot machine, and he kept on losing. And next time he came in, they said, "You're not allowed to play, so unless you give us, we want to know where your money comes from." They knew his player. He had a player card, but he went over 10 grand. So they're really trying to use this Know Your Customer law.
Yeah.
But the problem is, fine, you could do that, but the people that are really being hurt are the ones that go in with the 500, 800, 1,000, go to the credit card machine, get another 500,000. They're the ones you're not going to have. They're compliant, and you're not going to know where they are. But they're the people that are being grinded out every week. I always talk about them, and I try to talk about responsible gambling to people.
Yeah.
And this is at the risk of alienating sponsors and stuff.
Sure.
I don't go after any one place indirectly. At least I usually don't. I'll go after places that throw me out for stupid reasons. But anyway, another guy here, a Little League president allegedly spent the league funds in Vegas casinos and strip clubs. Sounds just like someone in the immediate area would do. But yeah, now being serious though, former Central Little League president Steven Rodriguez Prado was arrested after embezzling more than $64,000 over a 5-month span. And looking at his transfers, his Zelle transfers, all the stuff was spent on luxury vices. Charges to the Bellagio, Caesar's Palace Sportsbook, a $1,351 tab at a Vegas strip club. Yeah, I mean, look at these girls. They all come to the casino after. These are, it just, of course they're gonna, guys throwing around that kind of money, and he's never had that kind of money before, obviously.
Right.
So you don't know what to do with it. You burn it up. And just, I thought it was kind of interesting. Again, I'll say it again. In the end, the casinos get it all. Even though this is not a lot of money, but it's true though. The casinos just seem like they get a lot of the money here. They really do. Here's another one. Buddhist monk gets 12 years after gambling-fueled sextortion scandal. Now, this is a very look how beautiful girl.
Oh my
beautiful
God.
Girl. Yeah. She has a scandal where I don't know, $11.9 million honey trap plot, which was conspired a 35-year-old female to divert all this money. they're blackmailing all these other people. The senior monks actually burning through an estimated 11.9 million. This is in online gambling, but where there probably is no know your customer.
11.9 million
11
online
over a long
gambling?
period of time. Yeah, this is just shows you that how the sickness of gambling and stuff and the things that go on. Jon, people want to know what your future is. Like, what are you doing now? What happens here now? So do we have another week here at this spot?
Bill, I'm never leaving here.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're gonna film Action Junkies here?
Yes, they think I'm kidding when I say it. I told them as a joke, you're gonna need a restraining order to get me out of here. I am staying here.
Is this always gonna be a World Series of Poker store?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
the
year
store's
round?
staying, so I'm staying.
You know what? It should. This is a giant brand.
Yes.
It should stay year round.
I come as a package now.
Okay, so you're gonna be.
They haven't officially confirmed that, but
Okay.
I told them.
So who every week when you do Action Junkies?
Yeah.
Who will you have? Travis? Will you doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because your other guys are going back to their normal
Sadly,
life.
they are.
Now they go back to school.
I've been
and back
lobbying. They're.
Yeah, you want to talk them out of going to school and start gambling with you.
Yes, they don't
Yeah,
need
why
to
wouldn't
be
you?
wasting away in these universities.
And Roger is both their brothers, right? Roger's
Yes.
their dad.
Yep.
So Roger has a good head on his shoulders. He's not letting you do that.
I know, which shocks me because I thought he was going to be easy to talk into it.
By the way, I've been watching the vlog, and Roger said he didn't play poker. Does he not gamble?
He gambles, he'll play blackjack and stuff, but he played like 5-card draw back in the day. I think that's how we all started, right? Is that how you started way back when you were a kid?
5-card draw, 7-card stud.
Right.
7-card stud.
So we're funny enough, tomorrow night, actually you won't play in it. You could though if you want to.
No, all your charity events you've been going to, you haven't invited me to none of them.
There's a media game tomorrow night, free roll.
Nice.
For members of the media.
Nice.
Here.
At this table?
No, on the horseshoe side, I think. Winner gets a seat. Winner wins a seat in the $500 employee event next year.
Oh, nice.
You'll never play in that, right? No chance. All right.
No, but
So he's gonna make his debut in that, but we need to coach him up tonight, tomorrow.
yeah. Also, but now he's gonna play in that.
He's gonna play in that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just do the opposite of what Jon does. You have a shot.
Fold the jacks.
But
Roger
I look at these stories, man. I look at the Hong Kong police smash $320 million triad betting ring, 150 arrested. I mean, man, is there any good news about gambling? Manager allegedly bilked Pennsylvania social club out of $376,000 to fund gambling addiction.
Wow.
These are all real stories here. Florida illegal gambling crackdown continues with Operation Sunset Stakes. I told you about that. Boy, I seen down in Florida, all over the state, these little, in the shopping centers, these little, it says casino night or whatever, fun casino night pops up. They're real gambling.
Yeah.
And they're finally, cracking down on that kind of stuff. Boy, I see something here I don't like, but I'm not gonna really look at it yet. But it says a woman accused of injuring a duck, baby duck on the Vegas casino strip.
I saw it.
You did?
Yep.
I don't want to see it. I just
Yep,
seen it.
I saw
You know,
it.
I go after these people because they're just such animals.
Yeah.
These people that do such things like that. But so here, the weekly WagerWire segment, guys. It starts out by, hey guys, okay, come on. What was that Argentina game yesterday? Was so exciting for people. Was it 2-0 the other way? Does anyone know? And then Argentina came back with 3 goals. That's impossible. That's so impossible. So yeah, that's the one thing. But this guy said also great show at Allen Boston. Oh, he wants to know, yeah. So you guys film with Jamie Gold. You have a whole Action Junkie segment going to be coming out.
It's up, and we need to collab with Wager Talk.
Okay, so it's out.
On
Is it out yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
yeah,
on
when it's out-
Spotify.
Okay, cool.
And we didn't put it up on YouTube, but we'll collab.
Put it up on you after you guys put it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
I asked Jon last week. I said, Jon, the Jamie Gold segment we did was really good. And Jon, capital letters said,
oh my God.
it's going on Action Junkies first. Hold it, Jon. I didn't say anything.
my God.
And like exclamation points. I'll show it to you, Trav. Very mean. Very mean. No, 'cause I seen a different side of Jon
my God,
a couple times during the week. When we went to dinner, he jumped over the counter because he had a higher level card. He wanted to kill everyone to jump in front of him. But no, and you came no, but
Oh my God.
it's been a fun ride over here.
Has.
Let's look at this.
All right, what do we have?
So this guy has 2 legs in already. It's $50, by the way, to win $3,000.
Okay.
Carolina Hurricanes to win Stanley Cup win.
Wow.
San Antonio Spurs win the correct 4-3. He wins that in the series. That was plus 470. That was a real long shot. It's amazing he actually predicted that line. So his $50, the reason why it pays so much is because he also has Spain winning the winning it all at plus 450. Now, France is the clear-cut favorite here, but the likelihood of Spain meeting France, even I know this, is really good. So I'm going to say, I know you only bet $50. I get it. And your $50 now is worth about $700. So, all right, I'm going to say take half of it, because your original bet is about 60-1. Now you can get back, you're getting back about 13, 14-1, 13-1. I would take a little bit back if the 695 means a lot to you, which I'm sure it does. You're only betting $50. However, you could wait until Spain gets to that finals and probably make more out of this. So, and especially you don't even have to. You can actually hedge the whole thing when betting against Spain in the end too. So I would say wait, but. It's $50 to 3,000. Go ahead, John. 3,060.
This is going to come as a complete shock to you, Bill, because we've been doing the show for a long time now. I'm with you on the NBA. It's unwatchable. We don't like watching basketball. I've been saying soccer is boring.
Yes.
What's so exciting? The 1-0 game. He needs to cash out of that ticket now immediately, because I'm here to tell you, Bill, I am now a fan of Norway, and Norway is going to, shake your head all you want. Norway is going to win it all, and I tell you this because I was a guest on Roger That Live last week, and they had Joe Cata on, former World Series main event champ, and he was wearing a soccer hoodie, and I said, Joe, I can't get into soccer. Help me get into soccer, because I'm watching it in these tournaments. It's on the big screen in there. Give me a live long shot. Give me a live long shot. And he said Norway at 35-1. So I threw $100 on Norway to win it all.
Because they're only 15-1 now.
Yes, because they beat Brazil.
You have a live underdog.
And I can even tell you that Holland is my new favorite player.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Bill, this guy needs to cash out of that ticket for the 700 and throw it all on Norway to win it all.
You heard it live here at WiseKracks. Guys, we'll see you next week.